Happy Friday to you all. Beautiful day here today. If you're looking to create or grow your business in Taranaki and you want to reach more people with, more information about your business, transform lives, sell more products and services, if so, then this video is for you. So I'm going to talk about the importance of understanding search engines for your Taranaki business and how to maximize your chances of being found by potential customers. So I'm going to go over some basic SEO tips today, just a few. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Burt Ropiha from Aardvark Works. I have a digital marketing agency based in New Plymouth. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell, wherever that is, so that you don't miss out on what's coming up next. So search engine optimization is one of the most important steps that any business can take to get closer to its target audience. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of SEO and how it can help your business reach new heights. I'll also cover some essential tips and tricks that will help you improve your website's ranking in the search engines. So if you're looking for ways to increase your business's visibility, then this video is for you. So I want to go back a few years. In fact, I want to go back 20 years. I think it's about 20 years. How was Mace? Yep, so it's actually more than 20 years. But how this all began for me was I was working at Fonterra in a job that I was there for about 4 years. It was called Fonterra at the time. Well, actually, it might have been still called Kiwi Dairies. And I was working there and I didn't like the job. And I was actually a frustrated musician. I'd spent my life doing music and I'd had enough of the job that I was in because the person I was working for made my life hell, working for this particular person. And what it did for me was really solidify that I wanted to do something different with my life. And I always felt compelled that, to do things that made a difference in some way. And, I thought that by going out and starting a teaching business that I could, do that. I could both make a living doing something I enjoyed and, transform someone else's life. And that's exactly what I did. So I went and set up a studio in town in New Plymouth. And, I did that for a little bit. And then this was right around really the dawning of the internet age. And just through a lot of trial and error, I worked out that I could, because at the time I didn't have about, I think we're around this time, websites were around about 10K mark, somewhere around there. And at the time I didn't have 10K. I had used up all my money to set up the studio in town. So what I did was I set about to learn how to sort of build websites. And through trial and error and some terrible websites, in fact, I learned that the look of a website really was not as important as what I thought it was. Because through this process of discovery and creating these websites, what I had learned to do was search engine optimization. And how that kind of worked was that I created this website and the website's got what we call ranks. So I got found in search engines for people who are looking for guitar teachers. And then from that point onwards, what happened was I started getting weekly inquiries of emails from parents who and phone calls who were looking for guitar lessons for their children or for themselves or their partners and that kind of stuff, grandchildren. And I did this for a number of years until I realized that I really should be doing this I had this epiphany one day, I guess, and I realize that I should be doing it for other businesses, because I worked out, oh wait, this is actually quite a valuable skill. And part of the reasoning for doing all this stuff was that after doing it for a number of years, my why changed for why I was doing it, because I started. I have two boys, and Mason is, well, he'll be 19 in February, and Lukey, he's 11 this November. He's a day after me, so he's November 6th. I'm November 5, and I'll be 50 this year. And so my why changed for doing this stuff. And it's not like it was an immediate success. There was a lot of struggle in trying to get the websites to rank, but I got there, like I said, and I worked out that it was really valuable, because I had a lot of calls coming and emails coming in for me weekly from people who were wanting lessons from me. This is in conjunction with New Zealand Rock Shops, who I had a really good relationship with. And so that changed a lot, and that was kind of a turning point for me. That I realized that, well, every business wants to get found. It's a part of the marketing aspect of a business, is that a business, has to market itself, and getting clients is a part of that process, marketing for new business. So I worked out I had obtained a really valuable skill, and so I set about doing that. My first client was in South Africa, I think. Anyway, here we are a number of years later. I don't know how many years it's been. It's probably about 8 years, maybe 9. And I have all of the clients that I've had have all gone on to page 1 and ranked for their search terms, their key search terms, which is obviously significant for a business to get found. And so the big transformation for these businesses is that they go from obscurity online to getting onto page 1, and they start getting more opportunities to do business with their ideal clients, the people who are looking for those products and services. So a really, really valuable skill, that I learned to develop. Which reminds me, I have a free digital marketing return on investment calculator, and you can punch in all the numbers about, maybe you have an idea of how much traffic you're getting per year. If you don't, you can there's a number of tools to work that out, and you can work out, based on some quotes that you've had from maybe some search engine or digital marketing companies. There's a crossover there. It's the same thing for me. SEO is a form of digital marketing. It's not that it's just advertising. A lot of people seem to think that digital marketing is just social media or it's paid advertising. It's not. Digital marketing means to market your business digitally. And so there's a myriad of different approaches with that. And search is my favorite, because it's organic, it's free, and it gives the best results, because you're getting in front of people who are looking for a product or service at that ideal moment, when they're pulling out their device or typing it into a computer or whatever to look for those products or services. And if you can get found at that moment in their journey, then it's a wonderful thing for your business. So you can go and get that on the website if you like. So the question is, how can you improve your SEO and get greater brand visibility online? Well, one of the first things you can do and should do is always audit your competition and your niche or niche landscape, however you want to say that. So what that really means is you want to take a look at the competition from a horizontal view. So most people will tend to look at it from they'll type in their main keyword and they'll look at their competitors, and they'll just sort of click on their competitors that come up on the search engines. That's a great way if you're getting started and you're trying to do things yourself, on your own. If that's what's worked for you to begin with, then that's fine. But the idea is you really want to look at it at a horizontal view. So you want to be able to take a look at all of these different competitors all side by side. Like if you were to lay down on a piece of paper, a long piece of paper, and lay them out side by side, and then you're able to look at all the similarities between each one of those competitors, and you're looking for commonalities. You're looking for items that Google has seemed to favor about these competitors. Now, we have some very impressive tools that have been built by some very clever people that automatically go and collect this information over. So we run audits, and they take about 4 to 6 weeks to run. And it does this automatically. It takes a look at the whole entire landscape of a particular niche, an industry space. And it looks at all of these specific qualities that we've defined the software to do. It'll look for things like, H1s, H2s down to H6, for example, how many times a keyword appears on certain pages, whether they have videos, how many images are on the pages, and a whole bunch of algorithmic criteria that are set up around these tools, various tools that we run to obtain this competition data. And then out of that, it spits out, based again on some predefined parameters, it'll spit out the results that say, hey, based on this, this is what Google prefers. And it gives us an unfair advantage over everybody else in the marketplace, because what it does is you can sort of skip the long drawn out process, of doing stuff over a couple of years and just immediately bringing stuff to market by building out pages and content that the algorithm finds appealing, that also meets the expectations of the end searcher. So that's what I mean by sort of auditing the competition within your industry space landscape. That's I guess a very light 365 bird's eye view approach of that. The second one is to have a search engine optimization plan. So you can take these, the audit information, and you want to build a plan. So a plan, typically, you should, at a minimum, look at maybe 3, 6, and 12 months for if you're getting started. For more competitive industry spaces, that might look like 3 years. Some industry spaces are incredibly competitive, and if you're going to try and get into them, you need to have deep pockets or a very large team of people who are able to build out these specific blueprints from these audits that you run. And then you just, from that SEO plan, then you would just create an optimized site based on that plan, because you've run the audit, you know what needs to be done, and then you can create an SEO plan or a blueprint or a template. Again, our tools and software automatically do most of this heavy lifting. So then it's just all manual labor at the end and determining what's coming up in terms of where the algorithm is moving, and create an optimized, more appealing site to the search engines. And that will sort of, when you do all this, you have this online asset that's structured in a way that satisfies the search engines. And this also means that you want to have things like your social accounts, which are, again, digital online assets. Your social accounts all structured to allow the search engines to retrieve the correct information about your business, and then for the algorithm to weigh up that information against the search query by the person who's using their cell phone, a smartphone, or computer, a laptop, tablet, or whatever it is they're using. So that can determine which website it needs to put in front of the end user. There's a little caveat here, I guess. There's some debate over the SEO value of social media, since they don't pass on authority to your site as a primarily what we call no-follow links. So they don't pass on authority. If somebody clicks from, say, your Facebook account, it doesn't pass the authority from Facebook, which has what we attributed large authority. It doesn't pass some of that authority from Facebook over to your website. because they're what we call no follow links. However, without getting into specifics here, it's beyond the scope of this video, that if you do ensure that your accounts have a specific keyword in mind and semantic variations in terms of the content surrounding that particular keyword, that it all points to a specific page or a landing page on your website, that's going to be incredibly beneficial for you and for your business online. So it's a really important tip. So again, you want to audit your competition at a horizontal level, and create an SEO plan from those metrics, that data. Create an optimized set of pages or site, and have supporting online assets, social media accounts, etc. That's pretty much about that. And if you're ready to elevate your brand's recognition online and take your digital transformation to the next level here in Taranaki, in that case, you're welcome to jump on a free non-sales call to unlock your digital essentials, because it looks different for every business, so that you can get some clarity on the direction of your digital marketing moving forward. Again, the whole idea of digital marketing is firstly to get seen. If you're watching this, I have found you, all right? So you want to do the same thing with your business. And if you want to know what that looks like for your business, what it could look like for your business when you get some of the stuff in place, type some of the following terms into your smartphone and look at how many times my business appears on the front page of Google. Now, I didn't do this, but I might actually just drop these right now before I forget into the comment section. I'll read them out first. So if you type in something like SEO Services New Plymouth, SEO Specialist New Plymouth, SEO Expert New Plymouth, SEO Agency New Plymouth, SEO New Plymouth, SEO Consultant New Plymouth, there's a whole plethora of those terms. And if you invert those so that you end up with semantic variations, such as New Plymouth SEO Services, New Plymouth SEO Specialist, excuse me, New Plymouth SEO Expert, New Plymouth SEO, New Plymouth SEO Consultant, New Plymouth SEO Agency, all of those terms, then you will find my business there on those pages in some capacity. And in a lot of instances, up to 5 times, if not sometimes more, depending. So meaning that for every search result, you'll see my business multiple times on that page. And I just want you to just take a moment to think about whatever it is, your core product or services that you sell, even if it's a multitude of things. Even if you sell women's clothing and you've got you sell jeans and tops and coats and all that sort of stuff. And just imagine for each one of those terms being able to be found for multiple, being seen multiple times, as advertising space on Google for your business. And that's the power of search engine optimization. That's really the heart and soul of what SEO is. I was just going to put these terms in here, but they're all going to be bound together because it's not going to put the... Could I do it this way? I don't think so. I think I have to add spaces all in here. I don't know why. But I'll put it in just like this, and you can just, if you want to, you can drop some of these into Google search and take a look. I could have done them one by one, I guess, in the comments, but it'll take forever. It's just I can only put 200. So let's go back a bit until I'm just deleting down to 200. Oh, well, we're not really going to get too far at all here, are we? I'll try it again. Just delete these ones. There we go. And then I'll hit... There we go. Cool. So that's it for today. This one's a little bit longer than the last batch of videos that I have done, but if you want to know more, again, all the links will be down in the description of this video. Go and check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to address those for you. Take care, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. See you in the next video. Ciao.